Hello guys, it's Kyle from Two Ordinary Guys. I'm at Worcester, well not Worcester, I am going to Worcester, but I'm at the Nuneaton train station and the train's delayed to Birmingham. I've got to get a train from Nuneaton to Birmingham to Worcester and the train's delayed. Meeting Jacob in Birmingham, so that should be fun. Yeah, anyone want to send me luck, comment down below because I might need it. Because it looks like today is going to be a very, very, very eventful day. Hello guys, another vlog for uni. This time it's Worcester. But first I would like to take this time to bow our heads in disappointment. No, I'm joking. I got rejected from Coventry Uni. Yeah, that happened. Bit disappointed, I'd have to admit. It was my firm choice. But what can you do? What can you do? So this video I'm gonna be bringing you is about Worcester University. I'm gonna tell you a bit about Worcester University, what you can expect, and I'll tell you what happened for me at the interview. Probably won't even matter. I'll probably get rejected anyway. I'm joking. But yeah, got my cup of tea. Bloody hell, that's hot. Bloody hell. But yeah, Worcester University is really nice, guys. Really nice. It's like I'd say it's medieval. It's quite, for me obviously I live in a small town near Coventry and it's quite a community atmosphere. Worcester's just like the same. I mean, it's everyone seems like it's really communalised. Obviously everyone's in the town together. It looks really nice views. It's on the River Severn, so it's beautiful views. Me and Jacob stayed in a hotel overnight. Wasn't the best hotel. A kettle had a punch mark in it. Don't ask me why. The windows, I wouldn't even class them as windows. I mean, it was freezing. I could hear everything that was going on the roads, so might as well just not had any windows there, to be fair. But yeah, Worcester's really nice. The university is nice as well. The accommodation's nice. But yeah. Obviously got there, sat in reception, the tutors came over and said, "You here for Paramedic Science?" I said, "Yes." They obviously introduced themselves. We sat and had a cup of tea. And then obviously me and Jacob went, because he wasn't invited for the interview, went in this room. We had to bring our grades with us. So we had to fill out a DBS. We got it emailed to us. Filled that in, they gave it to the admissions tutors. They marked our grades and said if what we need to bring in next time if we do get the place at the uni. After that's all done, I think there's three tutors. They explain themselves, what the name, introduce themselves, their names, what they do, where they're from, and we had two West Midlands ambulance service people that came in and obviously introduced themselves. What they're there, what's so good about West Midlands Ambulance Service, which is the provision I want to go into, so that was quite beneficial to me as well. Then we had a break, while they marked our grades from the GCSEs and BTEC's access courses, all that sort of stuff. We came back, we got put into groups of, I think it was 5 or 6. They explained what was going to go on. We had to do a role play or an activity, depending on what they chose for us. My activity was we had a scenario in groups of 5, and we was assessed on our team working skills, our communicating skills, our problem solving, and working under pressure in that group. So obviously, when I first went in there, obviously I thought, well, it's important that I get everyone else to say their points in the group. So when we got given this piece of paper, I took the paper. I said, "Do you want me to read it out?" And they said, "Yeah, that's fine." So obviously straight away I went in there and took the role and read out this piece of paper. The thing was we had to build a structure from two newspapers that could hold these set of marbles on top. So obviously quite heavy, and obviously I had to hold with how this weight for I think it was 10 or 15 seconds, and we had to try and build the biggest tower. And that was, and we had I had to beat the other groups. Obviously, they didn't actually. It wasn't a competition who could build the biggest. Obviously, they was there to see who could communicate best in the group. So obviously, I let everyone give their point, and then I said, I feel as though this is the best idea, and then obviously they gave their opinion. We actually all passed that role play bit, so that was really good. Obviously, we all interacted well with the team. I didn't even know these guys. I'd never even met them before in my lives. So I think we did really well to interact as a group. Then we had a break, and we got given the times that we were going to give their interviews. We had to discuss who was living furthest away and who didn't really need to get rushed back to home. Obviously, I lived in Nuneaton, so they decided for me to go first. God knows why. So I was first up. They asked me 10 questions. There was 3 interviews. The first one asked 4, the second one asked 4, and the third one asked 2. The first 4 obviously was why Worcester. So why did you choose Worcester? Second one was why do you want to go into the ambulance service? Number 3, tell me a bit about yourself. Now tell me a bit about yourself. Obviously I didn't use the thing that I put on my personal statement, guys. That's a bit cliche. I just spoken about obviously why I want to be in the ambulance service, a bit about my background, and what I feel as I'm good at. Like obviously I'm quite punctual to lessons. Obviously didn't use that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Then the 4th question was, what made you want to go into the ambulance service? And obviously I explained that. Then the other lady asked, tell me a bit, do you know about the HCPC and what does it stand for? Now, this is where I messed up. This is probably why I'm not going to get into Worcester. This is why I said at the start I don't think I'm going to get into Worcester. I explained what I felt as though the HCPC was, but I had a mental blockage in my head, and I forgot what it stood for. And I walked out and I was like, oh my god. But yeah. And then the next question, straight after this one, was, can you tell me a bit about the College of Paramedics? The College of Paramedics. I had no idea what the College of Paramedics were, so I literally just said to the interviewer, I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't done as much research as I should on that. And she actually said, to be honest, I prefer you, obviously, to be honest with me and not lie and blabber on about something. I said, I'm not going to lie. I said, I'm not really educated on that sort of field. Then that was that one. That was the 6th question. The 7th was, can you give me your strengths and weaknesses? So I obviously gave my strengths. Then I gave my weaknesses, but with my weaknesses, I turned them into my strengths. So I said, I've worked on this. Obviously, I said my assignments was, I struggled with my assignment times, guys. I was quite hard to get used to with the assignments. Obviously, you just blown them all straight away with these assignments. So I sort of learned how to manage my family life and my friends around my assignments, and they really like that. I think I felt it anyway. Number 8 was if we gave you this, if we gave you the role at the uni, if we accepted you, what would you feel as though you would struggle the most at? And I said, well, obviously I feel as though I'd struggle the most at leaving my little community town, but I said, but because Worcester's it's so homely and so everyone feels as though it's like communalised, I feel as I'll suit Worcester quite well, because obviously it's quite a small little town, and I feel as though everyone knows each other, so I feel as though I'll like slip straight into this town. And then obviously I started taking notice and they seemed quite engaged with me. The last question was, how would you deal with stress? And I explained a bit about my background with my stepdad. I haven't really spoken about it, it's quite personal, but yeah, that's quite personal to me. And obviously I work in a care home for the elderly, and that's quite stressful as well. So that I also said that I deal with stress, obviously, in a number of ways. I do exercise, so I go to the gym, do jogging, etc. and also listen to music. That's how I deal with stress. Everyone else deals with stress differently. Obviously, you might deal with stress differently to how I deal with stress. It all depends on how you deal with stress, and that's what they want to understand and what they wanted to know. After that, you go home, and obviously you walk out the door, and you've got all these other 4 people that are just sitting there, dead nervous, and they're looking at you. And I came out, I pretended to cry, and I was like, "What's up? What's up?" I was like, "I'm joking, it's not that bad." Oh, you should have seen their faces; it was so funny. But obviously, then after that, you can go home, and I had the long, long, long journey back, wondering if I'm going to get this place or not. I don't think I will, obviously, because I messed up with the HCPC question and the School of Paramedics. So obviously, there's going to be a number of people that know them questions. So I'm just probably doing a video soon saying I got rejected, but time will tell, guys. I hope this video helped. I really do. If it did, put a comment on in the video, or like and subscribe. Really help. If this video can get 10 likes, I'd really, really appreciate that, guys. But yeah, it's 2 ordinary guys. Carl here. Peace out.